Welcome everyone, join us today as we dive into the life and tragic death of Eva Cassidy, an immensely talented yet underrated artist who left a lasting impression with her unique interpretations of classic songs. So let's dive in. Eva Marie Cassidy, born February 2, 1963 in Washington, D.C., United States of America. She was zodiac sign Aquarius. Eva was the third of 4 children, born into a creative and artistic family. Her father Hugh was a special education teacher in Upper Marlborough and a multi-talented man, a professional musician on weekends, a sculptor, a cellist, and a world champion powerlifter with Irish and Scottish roots. Her mother Barbara, whom Hugh met in Germany in 1960, came from a family of artisans and decorators. From a young age, Eva displayed artistic talent, particularly in drawing. At 9, her family relocated to a quiet area in Bowie, Maryland, where her father taught his children about nature, while her mother worked at a local nursery. Around the same age, her father taught her to play the guitar, and she began singing and playing at family gatherings. Around this time Eva, who had already developed strong drawing skills, began dedicating herself to music, practicing guitar and singing for hours daily. The family home was filled with music, whether from records by artists like Bob Dylan, Buffy Sainte-Marie, Josh White, and Pete Seeger, or from the family's own harmonies. At 11, Eva joined a Washington area band called Easy Street, performing at weddings, corporate events, and pubs. However, her natural shyness made it difficult for her to perform in front of strangers. While attending Bowie High School, she sang with a local band called Stonehenge. In the summer of 1983, Eva performed 6 days a week at Wild World theme park alongside her younger brother Dan, a fiddler. She briefly enrolled in art classes at Prince George's Community College but left after feeling they were not beneficial. During the 1980s, Eva collaborated with various bands, including the techno-pop group Characters Without Names. Alongside her musical pursuits, she worked at a plant nursery as a propagator and painted furniture. In her spare time, she also explored other creative outlets such as painting, sculpting, and designing jewelry. In 1986, Eva was invited by Stonehenge guitarist and high school friend David Loram to contribute vocals to his music project, Method Actor. This led her to Black Pond Studios, where she met recording engineer and bassist Chris Biondo. Chris, who was blown away with Eva's voice and harmonies, helped her make her own demo tape and secure work as a session singer. He introduced her to Al Dale, who became her manager. Eva provided backup vocals for various artists, including the go-go band Experience Unlimited and rapper E40. In 1990, Eva and Chris, who became romantically involved from 1989 to 1991, formed the 5-piece Eva Cassidy Band, with Lenny Williams, Keith Grimes, and Race McLeod, performing regularly in the Washington area. Initially, Eva was a shy performer who avoided eye contact with the audience, but over time she gained confidence as she saw how much people appreciated her music. In 1991, Chris introduced Eva to Chuck Brown, the underground R&B star, after recording her soulful voice on tape. Brown was surprised to discover that Eva, with her powerful sound reminiscent of Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday, was a petite white woman rather than a black woman. Their collaboration led to the 1992 album The Other Side, featuring duets like Fever, God Bless the Child, and Eva's iconic rendition of Over the Rainbow. Though Brown had planned more duets for his next album, negotiations for Eva's solo deal stalled due to her refusal to limit herself to one genre. Despite this, the pair performed together at events like the Columbia Arts Festival and opened for artists such as Al Green and the Neville Brothers. In 1993, Eva won a Whammy Award from the Washington Area Music Association for vocalist in the jazz, traditional category. The following year, she was invited to perform at the event, where her rendition of Over the Rainbow was described as a showstopper by the Washington Times. That night, she won 2 more Whammys, one for jazz, traditional vocalist and another for roots rock, traditional R&B. Cassidy briefly signed with Blue Note Records in 1994 to collaborate with the pop jazz band Pieces of a Dream, singing on 2 tracks of an instrumental album, though she found the experience musically unfulfilling. Eva was a multifaceted individual, described by friends and family as both sensitive to criticism and fiercely determined in her values. She never intended to pursue a career as a professional artist or musician, preferring a simple life of exploring nature, making music, and spending time with loved ones. Eva, who initially only aspired to sing backup for other artists, feared that financial success might compromise her artistic integrity. She valued little in terms of material wealth and didn't open a checking account until her late 20s. After a potential deal with Apollo Records fell through due to the label's bankruptcy, her collaborators Chris and Al Dale encouraged her to release her own live album. The recordings for Live at Blues Alley were made on January 2nd and 3rd, 1996, at Washington, D.C.'s Blues Alley. A technical issue on the first night meant only the second night's 12-song set was released. Later in 2015, the full 31-song performance was finally made available as Nightbird. Eva was initially hesitant to release the live album, as she was unhappy with her voice due to a cold, but she agreed on the condition that her favorite studio track, Oh Had I a Golden Thread, be included and that they immediately begin work on a follow-up studio album. Her concerns proved to be unwarranted, as both local critics and audiences embraced the album. The Washington Post praised her versatility, noting that she could sing anything: folk, blues, pop, jazz, R&B, gospel, and make it sound like it was the only music that mattered. The studio album she had begun was later completed and released posthumously in 1997 as Eva by Heart. In the liner notes, music critic Joel E. Siegel hailed Eva as one of the greatest voices of her generation. In 1993, Eva had a malignant mole removed from her back. After Chris urged her to see a doctor due to growing concerns about the mole, she delayed for 6 months. When she finally visited the doctor, the situation turned out to be more serious than expected. The procedure involved removing a 3-inch wide section of skin from her back, extending from the base of her neck down her spine. Despite the extensive surgery, the doctor was confident that all the cancer had been removed. In July 1996, while promoting the Live at Blues Alley album, Eva felt persistent hip pain, which she initially attributed to stiffness from painting murals on a stepladder. However, X-rays revealed a fracture, and further tests showed that the cancer had returned and had metastasized to her bones, lungs, brain, arm, and back. Doctors estimated she had only 3 to 5 months to live. Despite choosing aggressive treatment, her condition worsened quickly. On September 17, 1996, Eva made her last public appearance at a benefit concert at the Bayou, where she performed What a Wonderful World, for an audience of family, friends, and fans. Despite further chemotherapy, her condition worsened, and on November 2, 1996, at her family's home in Bowie, Maryland, Eva passed away from melanoma. As per her wishes, her body was cremated, and her ashes were scattered along the shores of St. Mary's River Watershed Park, a nature reserve near Callaway, Maryland. Thanks to Washington area folk singer Grace Griffith, who sent a letter and tape to Bill Straw, founder of the Los Angeles-based label Blick Street, Eva managed to secure a contract for the release of Songbird before her death. This compilation featured both classic covers like Autumn Leaves and Over the Rainbow, as well as contemporary songs such as Sting's Fields of Gold. The album's success in Great Britain and critical acclaim in the US led to a surge in Eva Cassidy's popularity. After her passing, her parents signed contracts for 3 more albums: Eva by Heart in 1998, Time After Time in 2000, and No Boundaries in 2000, which showcased her session work, with more album releases to follow. To date, her discography include 6 studio albums, 3 live albums, 2 compilation albums, 1 video album, 10 singles and 1 remix album. And there you have it. Though Eva Cassidy's life was cut short, her voice remains immortal. Her posthumous rise to fame proves that true artistry transcends time, continuing to move and inspire people long after the artist is gone. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Take care and bye for now.